This story was sent in by one of you, one of my subscribers, and it takes place in a town that's forever tied to witchcraft, legends, and dark history. Salem, Massachusetts. You've probably heard about the Salem witch trials, the hauntings, the rumors, the cursed places. But few people talk about what still happens there, especially on Halloween night. In 2018, one family decided to take part in the town's trick-or-treat tradition. They left a bowl of candy on their porch with a handwritten note. "Take one. If you take more, she will come." At first, it sounded like a joke, a fun way to scare the kids. But that night, one child learned the warning wasn't just a game. Because in Salem, even the sweetest treats can hide the darkest curses. It was a chilly Halloween evening. The streets were filled with laughter and masks, witches, ghosts, skeletons, superheroes. Jack-o'-lanterns flickered on every porch. The family who lived on Oak Ridge Lane wasn't home that night. They left their porch light on, a bowl of candy in front of the door, and the small note taped above it. Most kids walked by, giggling when they read it. "If you take more, she will come." It was funny, a perfect Halloween trick. They grabbed a handful anyway and ran off. But one girl, Lena, 8 years old, stopped. She stared at the note longer than the others. Something about the handwriting bothered her. The letters were uneven, shaky, like they'd been written in a hurry or by someone who couldn't quite control their hand. She hesitated, but the other kids laughed and pushed her forward. So she took 3 pieces of candy. That night, she couldn't sleep. Her room was quiet. The glow of her nightlight flickered softly against the walls. Outside, wind rattled the old maple branches against her window. Lena clutched the candy in her small hand. She hadn't eaten them yet. They felt oddly cold. The wrappers crinkled and faded, didn't look like any brand she knew. Sometime after midnight, she heard it. A whisper. It came from the corner of her room, soft at first, like the sound of fabric dragging across the floor. Then breathing. "Lena." She froze. Her eyes darted toward the dark corner where moonlight didn't reach. She saw something move, long and thin, like a shadow bending out of shape. Then came the voice again, closer this time. "You took more than you should have." She screamed, but no sound came out. The figure stepped into the faint light. A woman in black, her face hidden by tangled hair, and the air smelled like dirt and smoke. And then everything went dark. The next morning, Lena's parents found her bed empty. Her window was open, curtains fluttering in the cold wind. At first, they thought she'd gone outside to play, but her shoes were still by the door, her candy bag gone. The police searched the woods behind Oak Ridge Lane. Dozens of volunteers joined, calling her name for hours. Dogs picked up a trail leading deep into the forest to an old clearing where the trees grew in strange, twisted shapes. And there, beneath a half-rotten oak, they found her. Lena was lying on the ground, asleep. Her hands clutched the candy she'd taken the night before, 3 small pieces wrapped in faded paper. Her face was calm, peaceful, as if she were dreaming. When she finally woke, She didn't remember anything. Not the whisper, not the woman, not even taking the candy. But there was one thing the police couldn't explain. On her wrist, written in dark red letters, almost like dried wax, were the words, "1." After that night, people in Salem started whispering. The story spread quickly from porch to porch, from classroom to classroom. Some said the family who lived on Oak Ridge Lane were descendants of one of the accused witches from 1692, a woman named Margaret Hale who cursed those who took what wasn't theirs. Others claimed that she, the woman in black, was Margaret herself, returning every Halloween to test the greedy, to punish those who couldn't resist temptation. And some swore that the candy bowl still appears on random porches each year. The same old handwriting, the same warning, the same curse. Take one. If you take more, she will come. No one knows who leaves it there. The family moved away. Their house stands empty now, lights off, door locked, the porch still creaking in the wind. But sometimes, on Halloween night, locals say they see a woman standing by the window, watching, waiting. Lena grew up and left Salem years later. She never spoke about that night again, but every Halloween she still wakes up at 3 a.m., her hands trembling, her wrist tingling as if the word 1 still burns beneath her skin. And somewhere in Salem, the legend continues. So if you ever find yourself trick-or-treating there, and you see a bowl of candy with a little handwritten note, remember the warning. Take one, no more, because sometimes the sweetest things hide the darkest spirits, and if you take what isn't yours, she will come for you. On Halloween night, even candy can be a curse.